Is this thing on?
Alrighty. Hey, Bobble fans, it's me, your friendly neighborhood game master, Paul Reaume, for the very first time in Kung Fu video action. That's right, this is it. We're doing the thing. It's our first video episode, and we've got something really special for it planned today. What we're doing is a run through, a play test, whatever you want to call it, of Dreams and Machines, another 2D20 role playing game system made by Modiphius. Now, for those that don't know, 2D20 refers to these little guys. It's a 20-sided dice. So every time we want to do something in the game, we have to roll two of those. So your fate is governed by these two dice. I want to punch that guy in the face. Roll 2D20. I want to chop down a tree. Roll 2D20. I'm oversimplifying, but that's the core of the idea. So we're used to this. It's the same type of system that we've played with Fallout, but Dreams and Machines introduced a lot of really neat things. So I downloaded the quick start file from Modiphius, and it included a really cool scenario that we're going to try out today, and it also included 6 pre-generated character sheets to use in this scenario. This is perfect for if you're just starting out because you don't have to slow things down writing out a character and going through these stats and learning all the ins and outs of that. As experienced gamers, we enjoy that, but this is aimed at people just kind of jumping into it, and it made it really easy learning a system because of that. Now, I saw a lot of similar things on the character sheets that you see in any system. I mean, you're going to have your stats showing how smart a guy is, how fast he is, how strong he is. But what I found cool about Dreams and Machines was they had this extra box called Attitude. Now, I thought this was pretty cool because not only does it give you an opportunity to build experience for your character based on how they behave in the game, but as a game master, I found that it really encouraged good role playing. It would explain an idea of how this character would behave in certain situations. So if you were to find something but maybe keep it a secret from your friends, you gain a growth. So it encourages you to kind of interact with your character and the other players in a certain way to just make the game that much meatier. So what I chose to do to start things off on the right foot was I only sent a list of the attitude options to the Bobblehead Boys to get started. I just showed them the box, 6 different attitudes, and I said, which one do you guys want to do? That's all they got to see. And they made their decisions based on that. So let's see how their characters started here today. So we're going to start with James, usually playing Duncan. What are you doing today, James?
Hi everyone, my name is Miss Chumbawamba. It is nice to meet you today. I want you to know I love dreaming. We're dreamers, that's where I come from. We love to dream. We have big plans in this world, so it's nice to meet all of you.
Nice. and next up we have Rob, usually playing Glitch. What are you up to today?
Hello, I am Dr. Heinrich von Murderhaus, and that is all I have.
That's all I have. Moving around the table, we have Matt, usually playing Riker.
Okay.
That's it. That's all the intro you get.
Okay.
A man who needs no introduction.
I am playing Tina Fade. Tina Fade. And I'm pretty woke.
Nice. And then Thom, usually playing Quintilius.
I'm not doing a voice this time around because I can't keep it consistent. But I'm playing Maxine Patricia. Do not shorten my name down. You do not want to find out what that says.
Okay. I'm trying to do it in my brain now. All right, and so before we get to Kirk, we have a guest Bobble today, a good friend of Mr. Kirk. We have you're a Bobble. You're an honorary Bobble today. So we have Lucas joining us today. Who are you today?
I am Chief Sneaky, and I will sneak.
Nice. And last but certainly not least is Kirk, usually playing Tiberius Tibbers, the super mutant.
And
But
today I'm gonna be Lane.
Lane?
Lane.
Lane. Oh, not Lane. Not
Not
Lane.
Lane.
No,
Far
of
from
course
Lane.
not. Of course not.
Very
Yeah.
much Lane.
So, I mean, we have a pretty interesting mix of players. We have a guest Bobble joining us for this episode as well. So we have 6 players around the table. Little more than I'm used to as a game master, especially with the new system, but it was lots of fun. The characters, I think, were surprised, or the players were surprised when they got the images of their characters, and they kind of put them together with the attitudes that they were sent before. I don't know if it was exactly what they had in mind. But I think they made good with it. Everybody had fun. You could tell that they were stepping out of the groove of the regular characters that they are in Fallout, and just took this opportunity to try something new. And we spent a couple hours playing through this scenario. It was lots of fun. I don't want to show everything that we did. I definitely don't want to show the end, because I'd kind of like to revisit this Dreams and Machine universe. And if we do, I would like to kind of tie into what we did with this scenario. So we're going to show you a little excerpt of that of that scenario that we played together as a group, and then we'll check in after to let you know what we thought about it. So here we are. You guys have chosen to go down this left shaft, if you will, and there we are. The floating nanogram is what it's called. There's like nanobots, and then they form to make a nanogram. So that's the big floaty, scary thing scanning the room. Chumbawamba. What do you think?
I learned how to speak robot in my dreams, so I just walked up and attempted to do what I learned in my dreams and just go like bing bong bow bee blah bing.
Okay.
To the machine.
Must be original dialect.
Mm-hmm. So you're literally going to try to speak beeps to the robot.
Yes, literally that.
All right.
So basically studying it then.
No, I'm talking to it.
Well, that's
All
how
right.
I'm going to use my studies then. with this.
Excellent. All right, so this is not going to be easy.
I hope you nail it.
I'm gonna spend all my health
You're
tonight.
gonna pull like a Family Guy and be like, Bobby Boobity, you can't speak Italian.
It means
you're
nothing.
like this.
It
That's
means
exactly what
nothing
I'm
in the
gonna do.
grand
I'd
scheme
be
of
like,
things.
bing bong, bing, ching, ring, ding, wall. And it's gonna.
All right, so we're going to do an insight and talk. I think is the only thing that makes sense.
Difficulty?
It seems tricky. We're going to say difficulty too.
Okay, I'm gonna spend 2 spirit to roll 2 die.
Nice. All right, I'm sorry. How did you?
You got 4.
You got 4. Oh, good golly! There you go. So 2 more momentum. 2 more momentum. Back to the pool. Okay, so what happens now is so you walk out, hands up above your head, and you're doing the thing. You're like bing bong boop beep.
And I'm
bop.
gesturing 0s and 1s as I'm doing it.
Obviously, I mean, if you didn't, that would be ridiculous. And the thing actually responds to you. It stays blue for a moment, and it says new workers identified, processing, and it starts to move very slowly towards you, very blue like, and that is what it's doing right now. Tina Fade.
What up?
What up? Represent. What are you doing? This thing was scanning around the room, and now it's kind of like, it seems like it's calmed down a little bit as it zeroes in on Chumbawamba.
Well, I came here to lick frost and chew bubblegum, and I'm all out of bubblegum. Yeah.
Start licking the wall.
No, I'm super interested in this blue light. I just rush over to see what's going on.
Okay. So you, as you run in, it at that moment it starts like literally scanning Miss Chumbawamba here, like top to bottom, and then you enter and it just like moves right over to you, and it's just like digital scan, like head to toe type of thing. It says additional new worker identified. Processing. That sound that you hear is the computer processing. It's not me flipping through sheets of paper by any means. All workers are to be processed in the lower chamber. And it starts like moving its form around you, almost like to get between you and the shaft that you entered from. Mr. Sneaky Sneak, you're not in there, so you're looking down the tunnel, and you're seeing it from a different perspective. So you see this form start coming between you and your friends that you were together with. You can hear everything that's been happening, and now this thing is starting to become between you and them. How do you respond to this?
I'm gonna use my stealth and cunningness. I'm just gonna sneak past everyone and just continue on down the path. Find a different path and just leave them.
So right through that room.
Yeah, I'm just gonna leave them.
Right through the room that they're in.
Yep.
You're sneak right past them.
Yep.
All right, perfect. I like it.
Find the off button.
Yep. All right. So that's what we're gonna do. So we're gonna do a quickness and sneak test. Oh, and it's a difficulty 2.
You got 4 and he got 2 successes.
Perfect. There
And
we
you
go.
actually got 3.
All right. Well, there you go. You literally, like, you went under the thing. You like army crawled under the thing. You're like, forget you guys, and you went completely past. So you can actually make it right to the next part.
It's a much larger room.
It is a much larger room.
Just go.
Perfect. So you come into this room, Mr. Sneaky Sneak. Much larger area. There's like a catwalk that runs above you. It seems like another small railroad, like mine shaft track that's running from one end of the room to the other. The entrances to both ends are closed, either from them being sealed or cave-ins or whatnot. And then there seems to be 2 other entrances out of this room. So on the other shot, I think that's everybody that operated down there. You didn't do anything down there? Why not?
I ran first and then I started here.
Oh man,
Went back around.
you should have done something much sooner.
I'm faster.
All right, so you're in that room. That
I
thing's lit up. It's trying to usher you guys.
I want to
Further
try
to
to
the
look around
core.
the room
Your spear.
Yeah.
and see if I can see the computer that looks like it's controlling it.
Okay.
Cause like there are computers in there, right? In that room.
Not that you see, but maybe there is.
You said there was sounds like the sound like a computer was like controlling it. That's what I thought.
I did not say that.
Ah,
You're
okay,
putting
well,
on some
I hear it.
But you can look around. By all means. By
I
all
think
means.
I want to see if there's anything in the room that looks like it's controlling all
Okay.
these mini rooms.
So let's do like an insight and tech type of skill. Difficulty 2.
And if I use the momentum, I can add a dice.
No, you'd have to spend a spirit to add a die.
Okay, I'll add 1 spirit. Difficulty 2, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, I got 3 successes.
3 successes. Good golly,
So
one
if
more
I hit
momentum.
if I hit my attack level or lower, that's 2 successes, right?
Yep.
Yeah, and then I beat my insight level.
Nice.
So 2 different dice.
So you're looking around, and there is nothing else in the room. Well done.
No, I
There's-
was trying to see if there was anything in the room that could potentially take out the mini robots.
There's nothing that's controlling it. This room seems to have like it's just like pipes and it's a big crater in the middle. Like that, whatever caused that crater to happen seemed to disrupt a lot of things. There, you did roll really well. So I'll say that as you are scavenging around, you do find like bits and pieces of stuff that you're like, this doesn't help me right now, but maybe it'll help me in the future.
Okay.
So I'll give you another supply point. You can replace the supply point that you spent. But other than that, what you can determine right now is there's nothing specifically controlling this robot in here. Search there. Now at the other at the other hallway, that big, very interesting blockage. Do you guys want to keep
You
investigating
want
the
to tag team the
blockage?
inspection, like Hardy Boy style?
You'll be so
We're
disappointed.
both gonna hold the magnifying glass together.
Yeah, yeah. It's just
So you get your skeleton in hand, that you high five.
Yeah, I want to keep that with me.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if we can't find anything, at the very least, I'm shaking that hand.
it sounds good. All right.
Gold,
Go ahead. You guys want to roll it together? It's difficulty 2.
Yeah, let's do this, Rob. You ready?
Yeah.
1, 2. Oh.
I got 0
I
again.
got 0.
Oh no, wait, 11 is 1. I got 1.
You know what? I'm gonna spend a spirit here to re-roll my die.
You get to roll 2 if I do.
No.
Like, I just want to double everything you find, just 'cause.
That's 1 success.
There you
That's
go.
2
You got 2
successes.
successes. I double what you find. You found 2 pieces of.
Oh, sweet. You want the big turd or the little turd?
You
They're the same
find.
size.
You do find some. So right around that skeletal hand that was sticking out of the rocks, you find a synthetic rope and a first aid kit. All right. So can I assume that when you guys find these things, are you guys heading back to where the rest of the group is?
Yes. I
Perfect.
guess so.
All right, so-
You gotta write down skeleton hand.
Oh yeah. Actually, I'm gonna put my own arm inside my sleeve and then have the hand poking out. So when I go to see these guys, I'm like, hey, they're gonna think I have touched so I'm like,
All right. So back in the nanogram chamber, I guess that's where nanogram. So Chumbawamba.
what's going on?
Back in the nanogram room. That thing seems to be getting between you. It's gotten between you and the shaft that you came through.
So is it ushering us into the other room?
Yes.
What's happening?
Yeah.
In my room,
Yeah. It's pushing them towards the room that you're in.
I don't want fries.
Oh, you're getting friends.
I'm gonna go into the new room while continuing to talk to it in beeps and boops.
Nice. All right. So let's do another test. Okay. So do another. We're gonna do an insight and talk test.
Difficulty 2.
Yeah.
Just to really talk to.
Center for kids who can't.
Okay, I got 3.
Yeah, 3 successes. Perfect. So 1 momentum back to you. You're beeping and bopping and booping to the thing, and it's working. I don't get it. It's like the only successful thing that's happening is Lucas sneaking, and you beep bop booping. Apparently, that's a thing. So yeah, that's working, and it starts reciting to you the national anthem. The celestial stream incident. The war on the surface was presenting a great threat to the workers, so workers must be protected from themselves. So it's ushering you into that room. How are you going along with this? Like, are you walking with?
Just pushing us into the next adjacent room.
Yeah.
It's not. Doesn't seem.
No, he's just talking. He's in that calm voice. Everything's blue.
I'll do a vibe check.
Do a vibe check.
Yeah.
Vibe is blue.
The vibe is blue.
The
Okay.
vibe is blue.
3 successes.
Perfect. It's very blue.
Oh wow. Okay.
Like aquamarine.
All right. Well, if the vibes aren't jank,
Yeah.
then I'm chilling. Then,
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah. How about Lane? Are you going?
I don't trust it.
You don't trust it. You were searching for other
For a way to
things,
kill it.
right? So you're kind of off. So you're gonna kind of let it go off and do its
I'm gonna
go and do its
try
thing.
to hit it with my spear and see what
You're gonna
happens.
try to attack with it.
Yes. I don't know if this is a good idea,
You're the
Okay.
only one with
but
weapons.
this is how I feel.
Hey man, you do you. So you want to
I
do
would
the
like
thing?
to stab or slash at it
It sounds-
while I jump at it. It's big. I know it's big. I'm a little guy, but I'm gonna figure this out.
Okay. So I'm gonna say might
And fight.
And fights. That's right. So it doesn't see you right now because it's ushering them. So it's only difficulty 1.
So I get it from the back.
Yeah.
You said just 1?
I'm not gonna throw it.
Do it.
Not gonna throw it. Yeah, difficulty 1 because he can't see you.
Definitely. 3 successes.
Oh my gosh!
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Correct. 5 successes.
Nice.
I succeed.
This was unforeseen.
Did you?
Kaioken.
What's that?
I yell Kaioken and I smash you with the spear.
Okay. Perfect. So that's and you're spending all your momentum on the damage on the thing. Okay, so that's great. So you run out and you shout Kaioken.
That's what you told me to yell.
All right, perfect.
It ends in an N. It's Kaioken.
Kaioken.
Right.
Okay, that's what he yelled. He did that thing.
Yes.
Yep. So so you shout the thing. You throw the spear. It hits the nanogram, and this thing like it scatters like all the little parts, just like.
Cloud with a spear.
And the spear goes through and hits the wall, and there's a moment where it's like you just see all these nanobots kind of falling down, kind of like snow, like glittering snow, and it's very tranquil. If there was a sound, kind of be like ding, 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 like twinkly sounds as it's falling, and then all of a sudden, like just before these things hit the ground, they stop, and then they like all up together, and they turn red. Identify intruder.
I told you. It's a bad machine.
And
Good.
Attacks it. I told you it was bad.
and it is definitely red now. You, Mr. Sneaky Sneak, are in the you're in the further room
Without my spear.
without anybody. Okay, so Mr. Sneaky Sneak, I'm gonna have you do an insight and operate test. So if you look at your sheet, you're gonna have an
Did break everything in this room?
well, we're gonna see what you should break. Everything, yeah. Some things might not be breakable. I don't know. So we're gonna do an insight and operate test. We're gonna do it's a difficulty of 1.
Ooh. Operating. So he got 2 successes.
2 successes, so it's 1 more momentum. Over to the thing.
We're at
So you're scanning this room to see what you can break, and you seem to be in the facility core. This is where a lot of the activity comes in and out of. The other sections you can see, the one area is labeled as a loading bay, and another area is labeled as a vessel chamber. There's lots of crates and everything all over the place, and off in the corner there is a large abandoned loader.
Getting in the loaders.
I'm your loader.
Or a robot suit.
Yeah,
That
I'm getting in it
You're
and
gonna-
going to the hole to the blockage and opening it up for them.
nice. Okay. So so you're gonna move your guy up to the thing, and then we're gonna do an insight and a tech test. Difficulty 1.
Say what?
Yeah. All right. So you did good. So you start like looking for a way to climb into this thing. 'Cause you're like, this looks like a big suit. You know, this.
I just morph into it.
What bad could happen? It is not a big suit at all. So the as you start looking it over, lights actually start blinking on the thing, and you can feel the like a hum from within, like something just powered up. All right, so that is that. That thing is blinking. It's humming. It's it does not seem like something that you can climb into. That's
Can I ask
about
if you open a hole?
You're gonna ask it to open the hole?
Yep.
All right. We're gonna do it's gonna be insight and talk. Realistically, we're gonna try to talk to the machine. Insight and talk. Difficulty. We're gonna do difficulty 1 again.
2 and a 3.
Oh my gosh.
That is 9.
What's your
Yeah,
talk
you're
skill?
good. That's his successes.
So
What's your
holy
talk skill?
smokes.
His talk skill is 2. He got a 2 and a 3.
Yeah, so you got 3 successes. So you have 2 momentum to yourself to do something.
All right, so you can you could spend a momentum to do another action, because as you speak to the thing, with the sudden scream of old gears grinding, the tall, bulky loader straightens up. Its huge arms rotate and twist with power, and a synthetic voice booms out with a distorted goal: "Must load."
What's my purpose?
And slowly it turns and starts searching. So it kind of like, even in this motion, it kind of shoulders you aside a little bit, and it just starts walking through the room.
Knocked out again.
Yeah, just pushing you aside. It's like, you woke me up. I got no time for you. Yeah, you can perform an action now because you have momentum. If you want to do something else, we'll give you the opportunity to do something else.
To the next room.
You go back. Okay, so there's 2 rooms that are labeled off of there. There's a vessel chamber and an office/lab.
Vessel chamber.
Vessel chamber. Nice. All right, so here we go.
I'll unlock all the robots. We'll find one to get through a hole.
It's that one. And then we can put your guy right into there. So one of the walkways that were that you noticed in the room that you were in previous, it continues into this room. Directly above you, like these black lines that you've seen throughout the whole adventure so far, they seem to lead right into this room, and they're running up the walls above the catwalk that's running above you, and then there's like this eye-shaped opening in the ceiling, and the vines are kind of running up there. There's a ladder running from the catwalk that's above you, and there seems to be light somewhere up above there. And that's where you are at this point. So the other friends that are down in that were down in that other chamber, you found your rope and your first aid kit. What did you guys want to do? I think you said you were going to head back in where the others were.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So at this point, if you made it into that chamber where the nanogram is, I would assume you did at this point. There's you can see that floating sheet-like robot Waker floating around the room. There's canisters and oil tanks and stuff all around, old broken pipes and everything. This thing is glowing red at this point, and it just keeps saying, "Process intruders."
Alright. Rob?
Dr.
Oh, always let the gentleman go first. Men and children working.
Dr. Heimlich.
Yeah, I was gonna try to get this shut down.
You should allow it to process you and just see if you can get a job. Put a little paper hat on you.
Yeah, I want to try to speak to it. I guess get it to shut down. Be like employee ID, random set of numbers, and then tell it to go into standby mode.
All right. So yeah, we're gonna do. I mean, insight, but I struggle with tech or talk on this one. Yeah, I'll let you choose, because I'm assuming if your tech is high enough, then you would understand what the protocol is to kind of talk to
Yeah,
this robot.
I'll use tech because tech is one higher than talk.
There you go. Yeah, we'll do a insight and tech test. We're gonna go difficulty 2 as well.
Okay.
You got this, Rob. I believe in you.
Well, the 2 does it. I'm gonna see
Nice.
what that turns out to be. The 19 does not do anything, but the 2 is 2 successes.
Sweet. So this floating nanogram thing, it stops. It stops its processing, and in that moment where it stops, you have a moment to kind of scan the scene a little bit, and you can see your friend Lane. He's kind of hiding a little bit, and so you can kind of put together that maybe this thing was looking for him. You're like, classic Lane. But it stops and it turns towards you, and it scans, and it says additional workers identified. Workers to be processed in the core facility, and it starts moving towards you. But again, same idea. It's going to move along the walls, and it's going to kind of get behind you and the shaft that you entered through.
And your
It sounds like it might actually let us go farther into the complex if it
It's trying to
processes us.
Usher us in. Yeah. Then I guess we'll just
Better to be ushered in
continue
than
into
to
the
be
into the
Go,
next
let
room.
it push you through.
Yeah.
All right, all right.
Brittany said.
So you go through. How are you reacting to this, Maxine? I assume you see this happening.
I'm a go with the flow kind of girl.
So is it gonna get like you're not gonna let it get between you and
Oh no, I'm gonna make sure that
You're-
I'm
stick together
Yeah, we're like signed
with Dr. Heimlich?
Yeah.
All right,
Just in case
perfect.
I choke.
All right, so it's going to allow you, so you guys can go ahead, go into that next room. The only person in the previous room with the nanogram is
The guy who threw a speed
Lane.
back.
Yeah. You know,
When you
you're
need to
usually so passive and so calm. This time I was like,
tried
I'm going
to-
to throw a spear at him.
Yeah, I wanted to be different. This is
Yeah,
not
this
working
is
out. So
it.
one time I'm like, I'm gonna do something.
I'm,
Watch this,
I'm
guys.
sticking to my
He's a
regular
Superman
bag of
who doesn't
tricks.
fight, and he's like-
And now I'm just like a guy with a stick, and I'm like, hold my beer. No?
Perfect. I got
Like,
this. I got this. Well, there we are, Bobble fans. That was our game. Well, some of it, at least. I mean, you got to see a little taste of it. Obviously, we had started the game before the excerpt that we showed you today, and we continued for a little while after there as well. What I really appreciated, and I think the general consensus from the Bobblehead Boys when playing this game, was was a very narrative-based system. It encouraged a lot of interpretation from the game master and from the players. As an example, like the idea of supply points. It was just kind of giving characters a point value that they could spend to create or craft different things that they may need throughout the scenario. And that encouraged them to use their imagination. It gave me a little bit of freedom as a game master, not only to allow them to come up with things, but to come up with different obstacles that maybe they have to work out. Knowing that they have this supply point pool to draw on to help them through it. So that was really cool. Spirit points was another thing that I think we all really appreciated the difference from other role-playing games that we played, because right away when we looked at the character sheets, we noticed that there's no hit points listed, and that's something that we've been used to for years. Like that measures your character's health, how well are they doing, how much longer do they have, how many more hits can they take. And there was none of that on these sheets, but they did have spirit points, and that represented the really the health that they have, how much damage they could take. But it allowed them as well in this game to spend those spirit points to do different things, or just exert themselves a little bit further to have a better chance of doing something. And that was a really neat element, because people were pushing themselves to a limit because they wanted to roll really well in these early actions that came up. And then as the scenario got a little later, their spirit points were low, and now is the time that they're starting to take hits. So it really showed the exhaustion, the physical strain that the characters were going through in a different way than I think any of us were really used to. And I don't think we really expected that, but that was a really, really cool idea. The last thing that I'll say is I just really appreciated the theme, the setting of this kind of post-apocalyptic game. We've seen a lot of different stories and movies and games in that with this kind of setting, and it's usually very grim and gray, brown, orange, rusty, gross. But this was very much a little brighter in the sense that the humans are rebuilding, and there's just remnants of these old robots around, and rumors of them starting to wake up. And I just thought that was a really neat way to start something off, because you have characters that aren't grizzled from the wasteland. They're not ready for battle. These teenagers in this scenario had no weapons on them. I think one might have had a dagger. So it's a different dynamic in that sense, where you're dealing with characters that aren't necessarily prepared for the battle type scenarios that you're definitely going to be going into. And there's a certain level of naivety that you have to play to as a character, because you just haven't been exposed to this yet. You've heard about it, but you haven't actually seen it, which obviously is the case in games like Fallout and other settings like that. And that's it. I mean, that's my really long-winded explanation of what we thought about the game. We had lots of fun. It's something I would definitely appreciate doing again. And I hope you guys enjoyed it. We had fun. This is our first video test. As I said at the very beginning, when we did our very first episode 7 months ago, we were learning as we go. It was a learning thing to do audio, and it's a learning curve to go through video and learn the ins and outs of that. So we appreciate your support. We appreciate your patience as we learn all of this. And please follow us, continue following, chime in our discussions. We're moving our recording location. We're actually stepping into a recording studio. Pretty snazzy. So we need to come up with a name for the studio. So if you're listening on Spotify, if you're watching on Spotify, check out the poll there and chime in, help us choose. We have 3 options put up for that. You can check us out on Facebook. We have discussions on Reddit and Discord and just about everywhere you could think to find us. So definitely join in on the conversation, and we will see you next week on our first full episode, back in Fallout, back to the Wasteland, back to the Bobblehead Boys. We'll see you next time. Onward and upwards.